Students, in the last presentation, we have studied about mitosis and meiosis in detail. In meiosis, two stages are there as we have seen, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Prophase of meiosis 1 is quite long process, completes in 5 stages. In your exercise, the question is asked to explain prophase 1 along with diagram, and this question may ask for 5 marks. So in this video, I have tried to give you everything about prophase 1 with its 5 stages. So let's get started. Now let us have a look on the phases of prophase 1, in which the first one is called as the leptotin, the second one is called as zygotin, the third one is called as pectin, the fourth one is called as diplotin, and the fifth one is called as dikinesis. Now before moving to the phases, we should know what exactly happens in prophase 1. So let us see it. Prophase 1 is the very important or most significant of entire meiosis, and it is of the longer duration. Many changes takes place within the nucleus, such as in this phase chromosomes appear and get arranged in a set pattern. Due to this, halving of the chromosomes is possible. Then crossing over takes place. Intermixing of genes takes place between the maternal and paternal chromosomes, and variations are introduced in the organisms. These variations provide the basis for evolution of the new species. Now let us begin with the first phase, which is called leptotin, or it is also called as leptonema. The name of the phase comes from leptos, means slender. In this stage, the chromosomes becomes visible. They are extremely thin, long, slender, and thread-like structures. They look single even though the DNA duplication has already taken place, and each chromosome at this stage is known as the chromonema. The chromonema shows series of bead-like structures which are called as chromomeres, and the chromomeres are relatively constant in size, position, and number for a given chromosomes. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus remains distinct in this phase. Then second is called as zygotin or zygonema. The meaning of zygos is pairing or simply synapsis. During this stage, homologous chromosomes are attracted towards one another and come to lie side by side along their entire length, and therefore this process is called pairing or synapsis. The pairing of homologous chromosomes begin either from one end of the chromosome and proceeds to the other end, or it may begin in the middle of the chromosome and proceeds to the either ends. The pairing process is constant for a given pair of chromosomes. The paired homologous chromosomes are called as bivalents. You can see it in the figure. Then third is called as the pectin or pectinema. The meaning of pachy is nothing but thick. You can see in the diagram that how the chromosomes are appearing very thick in their structure. So it begins after the completion of pairing between homologous chromosomes, as we have studied it in the last phase, that is zygotin. In this stage, the chromosomes become shorter and thicker due to the contraction. Each bivalent is with 4 chromatids and it is known as a tetrad. In this stage, crossing over occurs. During crossing over, the non-sister chromatids overlap and they split at the same level and the segments are formed. These segments are exchanged between the non-sister chromatids, which is actually called as the crossing over. The point at which the crossing over takes place is known as the chiasma. After crossing over, the centromeres of the paired homologous chromosome starts repelling. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus remains still distinct in this phase. So what is the importance, students, of this phase pectin is that here the chiasmata formation takes place by crossing over. Then the next phase is called as the diplotin or diplonema. Now here you can see in this phase the repulsion of the members of the bivalent chromosomal pair continues further, but still the homologous chromosomes are held up at the points of the chiasmata. The chromosomal pairs now are thrown into loops, and the most important terminalization of the chiasma begins over here. It is the long lasting phase. That means it takes more time to complete. And you can see in the figure that slowly and gradually terminalization of chiasma begins over here. You can see here the blue and the red structure which are coming closer, where actually the terminalization takes place. Then the next phase, the last phase, is called as the dikinesis phase. In this dikinesis phase, the repulsion of the bivalent chromosomes continues. The chiasmata are now shifted from center to the terminal ends of the chromosomes, and this phenomenon is called as the terminalization, which is continued over here. The homologous chromosomes are held by the terminal ends and are shorter due to the increased contraction. You can see in the figure that in the center all the homologous chromosomes now becoming very shorter and thicker. At the end of the dikinesis, the nuclear membrane and the nucleolus disappears completely. So in the figure you can observe the things that how the chromosomes are becoming shorter and thicker, and the nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts completely disappearing.